All right, family. So today is Saturday, so we're gonna do another vlog. Now, I'm not promising that we're doing vlogging every Saturday. My life is actually pretty boring most Saturdays, but this week I'm doing something special. We're going to a signing. I'm going to an LCS other than my own for the first time in like over a year. But that's because Stephanie Williams is in the area. She's got 3 books out that she is signing. Well, I'm sure she's signing more than those 3 books. But there is Street Sharks, Temporal, and Roots of Madness, all debuting within 3 weeks of each other. And all except Temporal are out right now. So we'll have some stuff to get signed. And it'll be a fun time. So I'm going to vlog that experience. But before I do, I got a lot of stuff to do. So this room is insane. And the reason my office is insane is because I've been working on this Ultimate Universe deep dive video. And I thought it'd be a great idea to like just do a bunch of, flip through a bunch of covers while I talk about each individual title. And then I realized all of the covers, all the books were not in the same place. So I kind of tore my office apart looking through short boxes trying to figure out where all my Ultimate stuff was. I found it, consolidated it all. But yeah, this is the aftermath. I got boxes and trash and all sorts of stuff all over my floor in the office. So right now, we're going to clean up the office. I guess I can time lapse some of that. But we're going to clean up the office. I got to pick up my kid from rehearsal. And then we're going to head to Cary for the Stephanie Williams signing. All right, so am I the only one that is absolutely terrible at putting comics away immediately? You know, comics kind of end up in different stacks. Like, okay, this is a bunch of this is the Shadow Cabinet. All right, that's cool. So all of that's Milestone. And DC and Sonic. Okay, here's Zatanna. I didn't know I had 5 issues of Zatanna. That means I have that whole series. Isn't that what that is? I haven't read Zatanna. But yeah, you go through every comic in the house, throw them and stuff them in all kinds of places so your room doesn't get too messy. And then when you're looking for that one specific comic, you mess up the room all over again because you can't remember which box you put it in. This is a very fun cycle. It's all part of the great circle of life. All right, so the cleaning the room did not go as planned, but it's all good. We are on the way to this signing. It's quite a drive from me. Ultimate Comics Cary is like 45 minutes away from my house, but sometimes you got to do stuff like that for the fam. So let's get there. Doing well. How are you? Yeah. All right. So today is Wednesday. Yeah, it's been a day. I still have not filmed this week's episode of the pull list. I do want to do that. I woke up Sunday and I had finally caught whatever cold and sickness that my little two have. And yeah, so I've been surviving on Sudafed and bottled water for like the last 3 days. But it's time to get back into some kind of a flow. So today I gotta pack up and order. Somebody ordered a couple books from the sale. So I gotta pack those up and mail those out. There's a package at the post office waiting for me. I have no idea who it's from or what it is. I just got notification there's something in the P.O. box, so I got to pick that up. And depending on how I feel, I will go to the LCS and pick up my pulls for the week because I haven't picked up since last Saturday. So I have 2 weeks of books waiting for me, but I don't want to get anybody sick. So although I should be over the contagious hump, I also just don't want to walk into a comic shop looking like a wreck. So we'll see how that goes, and I will hopefully film the pull list here in a few minutes as well. All right, so currently I am in downtown Raleigh. It's Thursday, by the way, and everything I was supposed to do Wednesday did not get done. Let's just say it that way. Because, yeah, I was too sick. Anyway, today I had to get up because I have a court date. I have to go to traffic court because I was driving with an expired license plate. So I have to go prove to the DA or whomever it is that I did in fact unexpire my license plate. So there's that. And, you know, since I am out and about, we'll make a day out of it because I have to record this. Dang, it's dark in this little corner I parked in. But I have to oh, I'm all the way downtown. Like, this is like 45 minutes from my house. Going to court is super inconvenient. But since I'm all the way downtown, that means on my way back home, I have to pass a bunch of cool places. So we'll do that. I would take the camera out. Like, I feel like there are really interesting shots to be had in downtown Raleigh. But I don't think the camera is allowed in court. So I'm not going to do that. I'll see y'all when I get out of here. It's been 18 minutes since I started the parking meter, and I'm done. Case dismissed. All charges dropped. Your boy is a saint. And now it's time to make my way back home. But like I said, we're going to make a few stops before we do. All right, so our next stop is Ollie's. They always put these on like the worst part of town, but here we are. Let's see if they got any good deals today. Of course, I shouldn't buy either of these, but I don't know. I feel like maybe at that price, it's fine. George Perez poster portfolio. I guess these are perforated. You take these out. Ooh, that's nice. $6.99. That's not bad. What's this thing? Batman, Catwoman. Lots of those. This was the first 2 volumes, but I think this ran. Yeah, this was a 3-volume series. Justice League. No justice.
Attention Ollie shoppers. Want to get more good stuff cheap? Sign up for Ollies today.
This hurts my heart to see. So much static.
Maximum assistance.
It's a big old stack of static. Okay, so that was actually not a bad trip to Ollie's. I have finally learned some self-discipline, so I stopped buying things just because they're on sale. But usually Ollie's is like super picked over, and it's the same stuff. You go there, you know, month in, month out, it's the same stuff every month. Well, they apparently recently bought out a bunch of DC comics, so there was a lot of interesting things to choose from. I was sad to see a bunch of static on the shelf, because that means it didn't sell well at retail, and that's probably why the Shadow Cabinet paperback was only a paperback. Also, the John Ridley I Am Batman series, they have volumes 1 and 3, not volume 2. If they had all 3 volumes, I probably would have just bought them, picked them up, gave the series another chance, but I'm not going to. They had a George Perez poster book, which honestly was really, really cool, and I would have bought it, but I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with the fourth wall in my office, and I feel like all of my fandom stuff leans kind of DC heavy anyway, so I didn't want to fill it up with DC posters, but I may come back for that. It also didn't look like the posters were all that easily removed. So anyway, there's that. But there is a lot of stuff. I did buy something, and I'll show you what I bought when we get back home. All right, so the next stop is going to be my LCS, Fight or Flight Comics. And before we walk in, I just passed a young lady. I say a young lady. It was clearly like a grandma with some kids. And she was like smoking a cigarette. Like she got out of the car and she was lighting her cigarette. And she's walking all of, I don't know, 50 feet to the mall. And like, I gotta say, like the way that my generation watched like smoking go from like super common to super hated to like now smokers look like crackheads to me is crazy. Because first of all, smoking is like banned inside pretty much any establishment in North Carolina at this point. Although I'm old enough to remember like having a smoking section at the buffet. So that's crazy. But yeah, so smoking's banned inside. So that means that this woman got out of her car and was like, I really, really, really need a cigarette right now. And I'm going to take these 3 minutes that I have to smoke a cigarette. Or maybe she's not going to smoke the whole cigarette. Maybe she's just going to smoke like half of it and then like ash it and like leave it on a trash can lid and then come back and grab it on her way back. People do that, and it's crazy to me. The way people, the things people do for their cigarette fix is crazy to me. And sorry if you feel judged, but I'm kind of judging. What's up? Miss Piggy and Kermit on this Spider-Man cover is great.
You ready to get your box?
Nah, I still need it. Look, it's Emily. I wish that was the whole stack. That is clearly not the whole stack. Oh, there we go. Get ready with me videos like the worst scam in the world. I don't understand. Look, I'm clothed now.
Just a giant blur.
That is so funny.
Oh man.
There's definitely 2 of these I need to put back. Okay, that one I didn't buy. But there's definitely 2 books I need to put back. I'm trying to remember which 2 they are. It's not either of those. Oh, I thought that was the same book. It's a different cover. That's it. And that's it. Those were the... Apparently, Absolute Green Lantern gets really interesting in issue 7.
Oh.
But you had 6 issues to hook me. Absolute people. Wait, what's this? This is the overture. Okay.
Quitting it?
Should I not quit it?
I don't know. Well, if it gets interesting in issue 7, you really wasted all that money on 6 issues.
If it doesn't get interesting in issue 7, then I wasted all that money and I spent $5 more.
Oh, that's a good point.
Right.
You want to read it now and see what happens?
At this point, I can just wait.
Flip through and see what happens. Now.
You should then. I hear Sinestro shows up. Spoiler alert.
Is
It's an interest. Like it's weird because everybody's roles are just different in general. So
What do you think is the most absolute of the absolute?
the only one I'm still reading is Batman.
No.
Like after I dropped that,
Did you like try all of them though?
not really.
Flash is going right now.
I read the first Flash. I read the first of everything. Superman was interesting. Wonder Woman didn't hook me right away. But at the time, Tom King's Wonder Woman was like really cooking. And I was like, I don't really need 2 Wonder Woman books. Like,
And now it's like Mouse Man knows.
yeah, I'm like, what is happening in this book? I feel like I picked the wrong Wonder Woman, which happens to me often.
It sucks.
Yeah.
Sorry, like, hey, this looks cool. I'm gonna try reading it. You're like, all right, maybe the next issue will get better. Maybe
Right.
The next issue, and it's like I've already sunk like sunk cost fallacy. You know?
Exactly. So yeah, I'm buying all that, but not that.
No, I saw some really interesting things.
Oh yeah.
I think Flash has the least like subscribers.
Oh, yeah.
of them.
People.
I just feel like it's the least different. Maybe I don't know. I've like not actually tried the Flash.
Yeah. That makes sense though. Like, I don't know. I feel like I need one good appearance of a character at a time. Like I don't really need. And Batman is just the only exception, and that's only because there's just so much Batman at any given time.
Did they finally figure out who White Baby this is?
Everett Ross is White Baby.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hate to interrupt, but do you have any more like? Do you have the X-Men anywhere or no?
Yeah.
'Cause I'm blind.
At the front, blue one, and then it like starts on the front, but then goes on to the back.
Thank you very much.
Oh, it's on the front.
That's funny. Not Secret Origin of Blunt Man and Chronic.
Of course.
Why is it $12? Is this a special cover?
Yeah.
It is a cool cover.
You can get it signed by Mr. K-Dog Smith.
Monsieur Quickstop.
On QR code stuff.
But
Monsieur Weedman. You also have.
a couple of trays that are gonna stay in there.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God, that's my first sale of the day.
Really? Well, I mean, it's early. It's 11:30. You've been here an hour and a half. All right, so I am back home, and I figured what better way to end this vlog than with some comics, especially since I missed the pull list. I didn't get to make a pull list this week. I was too sick, and like you should know that if I don't make a pull list video, then I'm really down bad. Like y'all should check on me. If the pull list doesn't come out by Wednesday morning at the latest, it's a bad week for me. So I got, 2 stacks. I got 2 weeks worth of books in front of me right here. And then I got this thing, which is really cool. So I'll just say this. Last week, Roots of Madness #1 came out. It's the whole reason I went to the competition to go to to see Stephanie Williams at the signing. I was hoping, because one of the promo items they've been giving out was a comb. I've not seen a comb anywhere. There wasn't a comb at Carrie, and there's not a comb at Fight or Flight, but I did get this Roots of Madness little, it's a book, because, in the book, Savannah, she's got her sort of book of spells, or they're not spells, they're cures. It's science, it's chemistry. Her book of formulas. There we go, formulas. And so get a little formula book here. I don't know what I'm gonna write in this thing, but it actually is handy to have a little notebook I can fit in my pocket. Maybe write down shots for vlogs. Maybe that's a thing. Anyway, so I got that. And let's see what else came in the stack at Fight or Flight Comics. Got the Unchosen #4. Kryptonite Spectrum. I forgot I subscribed to this series. So issue 3 is out. Issue 6. Whoops. Let's do it from over here. I got issue 6 of Captain Planet. Temporal. That's this week's new release from Stephanie Williams. But I got Temporal issue number 1. I got this is the B cover, if I'm not mistaken. This is the cover by Kari Randolph, a little Back to the Future homage. And then I've also got the A cover. I can't remember which cover is which, but I got one cover by Kari Randolph. This is the Torrin Clark cover. Two of my favorite comic book cover artists, so that's dope. Yo, and clearly this is at least semi-autobiographical. But when I tell you this is just straight up Stephanie's family on this book, like Stephanie's husband and kid look just like this. So that's dope. Okay. I didn't realize this was in my stack. Transformers, issue 25. I was supposed to drop this book, but here we go. That's what happens when you don't check your books. Green Lantern Corps, issue 9. I'm almost certain I don't have issues 7 or 8, but I put it back on the poll list because Morgan Hampton is going to be the sole writer, starting with issue 10. This is part 6 of the Starbreaker Supremacy, so probably not the best jumping in point, but I wanted to get caught up, so the rest of that I'll read on DC Infinite. We got Court, Children of the Round Table, issue number 2. Really had fun with issue 1. It's like, I don't know, King Arthur and the Knights of Justice meets the Power Rangers, kind of. Interesting stuff there. Ancestral Recall, issue 3. This was at the top of the pile for me this week. It wasn't the first book at the top of the pile, but it was. Well, yeah, it was. It's this and then Absolute Batman. Uncle Scrooge. There's a new Uncle Scrooge comic from Fantagraphics. I think every issue is a one-shot issue, so they're all going to say number 1. I don't remember, but Uncle Scrooge comics in single issues. We haven't seen a Duck comic in who knows how long. Finally, World to Come number 3 is out. That was at the top of the pile. Marvel Knights, The World to Come, Christopher Priest, Joe Quesada. They said they had finished all 5 or 6 issues before issue 1 came out. So I don't know why there was a 2-month gap between issues 2 and 3, but I'm glad to see this is finally back because this is a really exciting book. Speaking of The World to Come, Marvel Knights, The Punisher, The World to Come. It's got The World to Come branding on it. That is Jimmy Palmiotti and Dan Panosian, which if you're going to read a book drawn by Dan Panosian, it's Dan Panosian. That's why I bought this Punisher book. Punisher's not even one of my favorite characters, but the fact that it's in The World to Come, that Marvel Knights initiative, and Dan Panosian's drawn it, I was like, I'll check it out at least once. This I bought specifically for the Sanford Green cover. Y'all know I'm not reading Age of Revelation, but this is, is this Age of Revelation number 1? This is the Amazing X-Men number 1. They took off the trade dress because Sanford drew the trade dress on it. I just really like this cover. I have no interest in the Age of Revelation. That wasn't at the top of the pile. This is technically on the radar, but I'm putting it at the top of the pile. Ultimate Black Panther, issue number 21. I'm behind on this, but I'm glad it's here. Godzilla, issue 3. I actually really like this series from IDW. That's at the top of the pile. I got the foil variant for DC KO number 1, the Jim Lee foil variant. You know, Darkseid's head looks a little like doesn't have the depth it should. Like when I look at it in this reflection, it looks more like one of those Pancake Moon type deals. That's funny. Anyway, I like this cover, so I got it. And I didn't get a blind bag. Shout out to Emily who wanted a different book in the blind bag, so she opened hers. She was like, hey, you want this? And I was like, yeah, I'll take that. DCKO at the top of the pile as well. All right, so those are books. I don't know if those are all the books for this week, but I got another stack in front of me too. All right, Absolute Batman issue 13, the debut of Absolute Catwoman. Definitely top of the pile contender. Long Halloween, Last Halloween. DCKO. This is the actual reader copy that I'm going to read. Oh, Rook Exodus was definitely at the top of the pile last week. Absolute Evil. Feels like I need to read this very soon. Formation of an Absolute Justice League happening. Okay. Rockefellers number 9. That was on top of the pile last week, but I haven't read it yet. Walking Dead Deluxe. Speed Racer number 3. That was last week's top of the pile. Justice League Omega Special. Batman number 2. Last week's top of the pile. Oh, this is what they call a throw-in. If you're down for certain titles, they will throw another one in your box like, hey, you might be interested in this. I didn't notice that this was there, so I guess you got me for the Age of Revelation Overture. I will say, that's a very nice cover by Ryan Stegman. And at this point, I've got enough Age of Revelation stuff that I might just like lightly follow it. We'll see. Ultimate X-Men issue 20. Roots of Madness number 1. I talked about this already. And Action Comics. I am thinking of dropping Action Comics. I'm really loving the Superman comics right now. DCKO is a big Superman book. I feel like with all that, I may not need this in my life. So we'll see. I'm behind on it as we speak. And then Batman Dark Patterns, Child of Fire Part 2. Behind on that as well. Maybe I'm tripping. I feel like the top of the pile is too heavy. Why are there so many books? There should be like 8 here max. Oh, Absolute Evil was not supposed to be top of the pile. And I got like 2 different copies of several books. Okay, now it's making more sense. This is my current reading stack though. This is what I need to read ASAP. Also, I did go to Ollie's. I told you I was going to tell you what I got at Ollie's. So, first thing I got, this is like, you're on the way to the checkout line and they give you stuff, right? Or you see stuff. Got a couple RGB lights because, I mean, as you can see, you could never have too many RGB lights. Y'all always see the DC side of my room. And that's just because it's the most visually interesting side. I've got a lot of cool trinkets on the desk or whatever. So it's like, it's good for set pieces. The Marvel side of my room, like, it just feels flat in comparison. I need something to make that backdrop more interesting. So then I'll showcase that side of the room more. But anyway, got this because it was only $5 for these two RGB sticks. Now it says they're USB powered, so I'm curious to see where they plug in and how easy I can hide the wires. We'll see. We'll see. I have something similar at my desk already. But then here's the big get. The big get from Ollie's was this. This is the Absolute Infinite Crisis. I have never read Infinite Crisis. Whoops, that's upside down. I've never read Infinite Crisis, but it's one of those events that people are like, man, Infinite Crisis and all the tie-ins are really good. I'm just not at the point where I'm reading a bunch of tie-ins for an event. Maybe because my first comic book event was Death Metal, and then that was followed by X of Swords. I just don't have it in me to read every event tie-in, but I can do a main event. I'm good on main events. So Infinite Crisis was an event that I did not have in my possession. I didn't want to splurge on the omnibus, and I would like at least a deluxe edition. So when the Absolute is on sale for $24.99, $24.99 for that. Yeah, let's do it. Also, I really like this cover. Who did this cover? I don't know. But this collects Absolute Crisis. I keep saying Absolute. Infinite Crisis, 1 through 6? Whole series proposal, script for the first issue, and more extras. So, this is only my third. Number 3, you picked number 3, my lord. This is my third DC Absolute. I have Absolute Killing Joke, and I have Absolute Joker Luthor. And now I have Absolute Infinite Crisis. And the one thing that all 3 of those have in common is that they were absolutely marked down on clearance. I got Absolute Killing Joke for like $15 or something like that. Absolute Joker Luthor was like $30 on Amazon. And now here we go. $24.99 for this one. I'm not paid retail for an Absolute yet. Although that Absolute Death of Superman looks really, really cool because of the coffin, the direct market joint. That might be the first time I break the rule. Anyway, that's what I got from the comic shop and from Ollie's. I got more stuff to do though. We got books to pack and all that. So maybe I'll pack the books and then I'll do the haul last in the video.
3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
What I'm doing right now, those are 2 boxes I need to open. But we'll do that later. This is my 4-year-old's lip gloss because that belongs in here somehow. But I had an order placed on the website. And let's see. So shout out to Lawton Petty for purchasing the Blackest Night Eagle Moss edition and the Marvel Universe by Chris Claremont Omnibus, which, of course, the Marvel Universe by Chris Claremont book is behind all this other stuff that I just set up here. I like the last name Petty. Kyle Petty, Richard Petty. Can you tell I'm from North Carolina? I know NASCAR people names. I don't think I've ever watched a single race. But anyway. Oh, shout out to this. Shout out to this real quick. Shout out to Pepper Piper Monster Hunter. This came in the P.O. box a little while ago. And I was reading it. I had my 4-year-old with me. And then I realized this is probably not appropriate for a 4-year-old. So I put it away and I couldn't find it. So I've been needing to do a review on this and I couldn't figure out where I put it. I found it in my box of stuff yesterday. So right now I need to package up these books so I can weigh them and ship them and get to the post office before they close at 4:30. My post office doesn't close at 5. I don't know if that's like all post offices all of a sudden, but yeah. Mr. Petty, since you're on the vlog, welcome to the vlog. You are getting a BJ Kicks bookmark. Bathroom scale says this is 11.5 pounds. So what's that? 11 pounds, 8 ounces. I'm gonna say it's 11 pounds, 10 ounces. And hopefully the post office doesn't give me problems. We'll try this out. So I got some packages to unbox to end this vlog. I got one that was just in the P.O. box. I have no idea what that is. And then I got a package, another package that's a mystery actually, from Penguin Random House. I haven't had a conversation with the publisher lately, so I have no idea what might be in that. And then I got a package from Organic Price Books. Oh, excuse me. From the good folks at Panel Bound Comics. It's gonna take me a minute to remember to use the new name. I don't wanna be dead naming this man's company. Anyway, we're gonna get into this PR package first. I couldn't find my box cutter, so let's just call this an absolute box cutter. All right. What is this? Got some paper. Oh, this is special. I know exactly what this is. If I had known this was coming, I would have saved it for the end. All right. So this, oh, that's cool. This is a cool moment. So this is the reprint of All Negro Comics issue number 1. The first and only issue of All Negro Comics. This, I did a whole video spotlighting this book, what, a year ago, 2 years ago, during Black History Month. So yeah, they had a 75th anniversary. That hardcover was available like only through select shops for quite some time. That collection won the Eisner for the best archival project. And now, finally, it's getting a wide distribution release via Image Comics. It's a paperback. So shout out to my man, Chris Robinson, editor extraordinaire, who, you know, this project is his brainchild. Not the book itself, but repackaging it, bringing it to a new generation, remastering it, making sure like it's legible for all the babies out here. Why is this coming to me? Well, it's very special because this is the first time I've had a quote, like a quote from one of my reviews on the back of a book. And that's exactly what's right here. You're not gonna be able to see it. It's not gonna focus on that because I got the camera too far away. This will get its own video, but it says, this medium is for all of us and we should be proud of all our contributions, but the legacy starts with all Negro comics. BJ Kicks from Comics Are Dope. Now, if there's been any evidence ever that Chris Robinson is a great editor, it's this quote. Because if you watch that video, that's a quote from me talking like at the end of the video. And there's a bunch of fluff in between that comma, between where it says contributions, comma, that comma is a whole bunch of fluff. And he edited me down to sound coherent. So shout out to Chris. Huge congrats on the Eisner. And yo, thanks for this. That's exciting. All right, cool. I had no idea that's what was coming. Chris did tell me he was going to send me one. And then I was like, Chris doesn't have my address. I just moved. And I didn't think about it after that because I got an infant that I take care of every day. Anyway, next up is another package. This is from Penguin Random House. I'm opening it in an awkward way because my address is not blacked out. And this one didn't come to the P.O. box, so. All right. This is an upcoming release from Titan Comics. This is Blade Runner 2039. So if you are keeping score at home, there is a Blade Runner 2019, a Blade Runner 2029, and a Blade Runner 2039. Those all have come out from Titan Comics, but they've been getting these deluxe oversized editions. And this is the final book in the Ash trilogy. Ash being this lady, the detective right here. I've been diving into these, but I just recently dove into volume 1, so the 2019 version. I was just about to make a video. As a matter of fact, those books are right there as we speak. But I was just about to make a video about the first two because I didn't know if I was going to get this one anytime soon. And here we are. Now I can make a video about the whole trilogy. So shout out to Titan Comics for this Blade Runner trilogy. Blade Runner about like robots that think they're humans or disguised as humans, and the police have to go kill these robots. Interesting, decommission the robots. So that's interesting. Only thing is, these things are huge. Like, these are bigger than an omnibus, a little bit smaller than an absolute edition. So they don't fit on the shelves that I have right here. So there's that. Okay, cool. So two surprises in a row. And now for the one package that I know exactly what is in it. At least I think I do. This comes from the folks at Panel Bound Comics. Speaking of Panel Bound Comics, we are giving away a $50 gift card to Panel Bound Comics every single week for the next, well, there are now 5 gift cards left, if I'm not mistaken. And the winner of the most recent gift card, his name is Sunad. Yo, first of all, it's super crazy because every week I throw all the eligible names in a wheel of names. Sunad had the last eligible entry before the new week started. He was the last person to donate to the Buy Me a Coffee. So for his entry to be last and still come around and like actually win, I thought that was really cool. So shout out to you, Sunad. Your gift card should be on the way to your email. I don't know your last name, but I do have your email address. So JP is sending that your way. Congrats to you, sir. If you want a chance at the $50 Panel Bound Comics gift cards, you can get cool stuff like what's in this box. All you got to do is support the equipment fundraiser sale. Now, there's 3 ways you can support. There's more than 3 ways. The first way, you can do the Buy Me a Coffee, donate as little as $5, and that gets you an entry. So that's cool. The other way, you can do just like Mr. Lawton did. I just went to the post office sending off an order of his. He purchased a book or 2 books from the website. So that purchase is an entry for him. And then if you don't want to do any of that, you can just join the Patreon, join the paid tier of the Patreon, and that'll get you an entry as well. I do drawings every week. Tuesday through Monday is the week. So yeah, there you go. Tuesday through Monday, announced the winner Tuesday on the pull list. So yeah. All right, so what's in here? We finally got it. This is the X-Men Blue and Gold Omnibus. I think this is the last X-Men Omnibus that I need, like, period. This has the, yeah, does this have Bishop's Crossing? I feel like this was, the reason to get this was because it had Bishop's Crossing or something like that. Am I tripping? Or was that the other one? Was that the Fatal Attractions? The point is, after this, I'm not buying anymore. Yeah, Bishop's Crossing is in here. Okay. And also in here, yes, again, finally, Superman by Philip Kennedy Johnson, the Omnibus, Volume 1. Volume 2, I'm assuming, is on the way. Oh, very cool. Got some bookmarks, some Alien books, Valiant and PBC collab bookmarks. Wonder why we got that. Well, we'll see. Here shortly. Announcements coming soon. Again, I got to save this box because I need all the packing material I can get. And that, my friends, is where we're going to end this vlog. You've been with me to the comic shop. You went with me to see Stephanie Williams. You went to the post office. You went to a lot of places. So I got to finally, like, actually clean this office. So I'm going to sign off. Thank you guys so much. Shout out to Sunad. Shout out to Mr. Petty. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to Mr. Lawton. Everybody. Shout out to everybody who has been watching. Thank you for your support. I still hate that I missed the pull list this week, but I'm glad you got to see my pulls. And anyway, I'm gonna sign off. I'll see you next week. Peace.